What's up, guys? Red Wolf here. Welcome back to the NC State Dynasty on College Football 26. We're back home today in Raleigh, taking on FCS Southeast. I want to take a minute to thank you guys for watching this series and my other series, The Coach to Glory. It's been awesome getting a lot of time and games in on College Football 26. I'm going to continue pumping out content. This will be 9 days in a row with an upload. I'm trying to make it an entire month, but we'll see what happens. We take on the Groupers today. I'm expecting a big win, as this should be the worst team we play all year. We start out on defense. Running back Blue Redmond gets the first carry, and that's a big gain on the Pack defense, out close to the 45. Davon Wingate Wilson is the quarterback for the Groupers. He has a little bit of talent running outside the pocket, so we need to be able to contain him. 3 visitors today. First up, 4-star Stephen Gabbard, an elusive bruiser halfback from Indian Trail. We're close to home. I hope that sways him in our favor. David Volk is a 4-star right tackle just down the road in Cary. Haven't fully scouted him. We're currently in 4th. Lastly, David Akuyunonu. I hope I said that right. A Mike from Warrenton, currently favoring Duke. All 3 guys visiting today are from North Carolina, so we only had to spend 10 points on each visit. Back on the field now, the Groupers, 3rd down and 10, right at midfield. Firing across the middle. That pass is complete for a gain of 21. The Groupers are moving the football on this Wolfpack defense. And on this first drive, this is probably the worst the Pack defense has looked all season. The Groupers are moving the ball almost at will right now. Right on cue, Justin Terrell gets the tackle for a loss. Forces a field goal attempt. It's up and hits off the upright and goes through. What an incredible break for FCS Southeast to get the bounce off the upright. Now the offense takes the field, highlighted by Justin Jolie. 29 catches, almost 400 yards so far this season in 5 games. He has 4 touchdowns through the air in those 5 games. And we're hoping to see him get into the end zone again today. Jaden Scott's been outstanding in the absence of Hollywood Smothers. He's really running the ball well, and I think he's gotten better as this season has gone along. I'm going to try to keep him involved as much as we can once Smothers comes back, and Scott may end up still being the starting running back. 3rd down and 1 now, another give to Scott, cuts it back upfield, picks up the first down. Scott's still in the game. Bailey in the pocket, has plenty of time, floats back, fires across the middle to Wesley Grimes. He breaks a tackle down to the 40-yard line. We see Anthony Carter go down with an injury, holding his arm. Hopefully that's not a long-term deal that he's going to have to deal with. This is probably the best game to have him get a knock. It is elbow bursitis. He should return soon. But we might need to think about playing somebody else against the Groupers. The sack on 2nd down makes it 3rd down and 15. Bailey in the pocket, floating back to the left. Finds a man down the left side, but overthrows Noah Rogers, unable to connect with the redshirt sophomore. 3-0 Groupers back on the field. Starts with a loss of 2 on their first play. Now another give, this time to backup running back TJ Ritchie. Picks up those 2 yards back. Makes it 3rd down and 10 at the 8. Man in motion. They decide to hand it off, play it safe. Blue Redmond has nowhere to go. Excellent starting field position on this drive. We start in plus territory at the 44. Isaiah Jones with his first carry picks up 4 yards. Would like to get him a little bit more involved today to save some wear and tear on Jaden Scott's body. But speaking of Scott, breaks a big run. That's a gain of 27. 1st down and 10 inside the red zone for the Wolfpack. Now Bailey in the pocket. Just going to check it down short. Justin Jolie picks up 5 yards. And then on 2nd down, a give to Scott. He's going to power into the end zone for the Wolfpack touchdown. We take the lead over the Groupers here in this first quarter. A short 4-play drive gets the Wolfpack into the end zone at the end of this first quarter. I'm sure the fans in Raleigh were hoping for a little bit more of a dynamic offensive showing, but luckily we got it together as we see Brian Nelson lay a huge hit stick on the running back to end the quarter. Only 79 yards of total offense. The Groupers finished with 42. They had a lot of plays go backwards, but of course had that strong first drive. Now on 2nd down and 11, who got there? That's Justin Terrell on the sack for a loss of 8 to make it 3rd down and 19. Let's see what the Wolfpack decide to do. Are they going to bring pressure or sit back and play zone? The crowd is rocking. The stadium pulse is going to be maxed out for this third down play. We got to hope to get some pressure on this quarterback. Third down and 19. He rolls out right. Tries to get around the edge. Unable to do so. Travali Price chases him down. And that's 2 straight sacks for the Wolfpack. Travali Price is not a starter on the depth chart, but he plays an important role for this defensive line. He plays a lot of snaps, gets after the quarterback, and is one of our top sack getters on the season. Jonathan Paylor back to receive the punt, just across midfield, cuts it out to the right, tries to set his blocks up, gets one block downfield, gets around the edge, and that's a huge return inside the 30. More great starting field position for the Wolfpack. Paylor stays on the field, and he's going to pick up the false start penalty, knocks the Wolfpack back 5 yards. First down and 15. Bailey goes to Paylor. Looked like he had a step on his man, but then the closeout from the corner was strong, and he knocks the ball away. Jaden Scott on 2nd and 15 picks up 3. Third down and long. Bailey fires to the corner. Looking for, is that Wesley Grimes? It is. Unable to connect with Grimes to force a field goal attempt. Up 7, the Groupers are going to get the football back. You would really hope for more points right there, as we started inside the 30-yard line. We do come away with 3, but hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt us. But now the first play from scrimmage for the Groupers. That's quarterback Davon Wingate Wilson with a humongous gain on the right side. The Wolfpack were playing man. Got caught up in some blocks downfield. Were unable to corral him and bring him down. Now Wingate Wilson with another scramble picks up 3. And the handoff to Blue Redmond goes nowhere. Third down and 7. Wolfpack needs to get a stop. They send a man in motion. It's a handoff to Redmond. Cuts it outside. Caden Fordham unable to bring him down. And that's another huge run for the Groupers. A gain of 20-plus yards on that run after another 20-yard gain from the quarterback. And then on the very next play, a flip out to Redmond, and he gets into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown run. With 7:16 left in this first half, the Groupers are quieting this Carter Finley crowd as they tie this game up. Just nobody out there to cover Redmond on the option play, and he makes the Wolfpack pay. C.J. Bailey brings the offense back on the field, hoping to find better rhythm and push this ball downfield. On 2nd down and 7, Bailey finds Joe Lee on a tough throw. Gain of 6 to make it 2nd down and 1. And then a strong run from Isaiah Jones converts the first down. Bailey backs up, fires deep down the middle, looking for Terrell Anderson, had his hands on the football, but unable to fall to the turf with it. Makes it 2nd down and 10. Noah Rogers now picks up the first down. I believe that's Rogers' first catch of the game. 2nd down and 12. Bailey in the empty set. Fires down the middle. Justin Jolie wide open. Breaks a tackle at the 25. Gets down to the 11-yard line. Make that the 12. First down and 10 from the 12 as Justin Jolie shows off his big play ability. The Groupers left the middle of the field open. And that's where Jolie does his damage. He shows off the physicality, breaking that tackle. Just not enough breakaway speed to finish that play. But what an outstanding asset that is to have at the tight end position. A check down to Isaiah Jones picks up 8. We're down to 3 minutes left in this half. Now Bailey with a quick hitter out to Wesley Grimes. He turns the corner and gets into the end zone. Touchdown for the Wolfpack. C.J. Bailey's first touchdown pass of the game. This time it goes to Wesley Grimes. Grimes had 5 catches last week for 46 yards. Not a ton of yards to show for those 5 receptions, but he's starting to become a little bit more involved with this offense. Bailey didn't have an interception or a touchdown a week ago, and he breaks that streak with a touchdown pass with 3 minutes left in the first half. The Groupers back on offense, handing off to Blue Redmond. Nowhere to go on 2nd down, 3rd down and long, right at the 2-minute warning. Let's see where they go with the ball. They decide to hand it off. That's 3rd-string running back getting the carry. Now the offense is back on the field for the Wolfpack. Isaiah Jones with a 5-yard carry. Takes it down to about a minute left. We have Will Wilson in the game. Trying out this package once again. That's 2 straight plays for Wilson. He had a handoff, a scramble. And we'll see where they decide to go with this ball now. Looks like he's going to throw it. Fires it across the middle. But the linebacker or the corner steps in front of it and picks it off. Will Wilson's first career collegiate pass attempt is an interception. NC State's first turnover today. That's a mistake from the true freshman. Under 40 seconds left, the Groupers are running the ball but also calling timeouts, which does not make sense. But on second down, we call a timeout to try to force a play, bring them down in the backfield to make it fourth down. We get the ball back with just under 20 seconds left. Pass down the middle for Justin Jolie. That's a dangerous throw, as Jolie was almost left out to dry. But then he drops one you expect him to make a play on. Makes it third down, and we throw that away. Takes us to halftime. We're up by 7. Not exactly the margin we were looking for heading into this game. We have run the ball well, 15 carries for 76 yards, but we are getting outgained on the ground by the Groupers. They're not getting a lot going through the air, and most of their rushing yards came on the big scramble from the quarterback, over 50 yards on that one run. Even so, we need to play better in this second half. I'd like to pitch a shutout with the defense, and hopefully the Wolfpack offense can get into the end zone 2 or 3 more times. Really want to find a rhythm before we head to Notre Dame next week. Isaiah Jones gets the second half started with a carry. Picks up 4. He's run strong today. Not a big play ability today, but he is churning out yards. Third down and 2. Bailey's flanked by a running back and a fullback. He finds fullback Bucky Hendrickson out of the backfield to pick up a first down. Changing the camera around a little bit. May have been a mistake. Isaiah Jones now on the edge, breaks a tackle and picks up about 15. Another strong run from Jones. Bailey in the pocket. Is going to flip it down short to Bucky Hendrickson. His second catch of the drive. Picks up another first down. Fake to Jaden Scott. Bailey fires over the middle to Justin Jolie. Almost breaks a tackle, but gets brought down after picking up the first. Now a deep pass down the left sideline. Another first down, another completion. This offense is really finding its rhythm to start this second half. 8 minutes left in the quarter. Bailey in the pocket. Terrell Anderson went in motion. Bailey's going to roll out to the right, find Jolie for no gain on the play. Second down and goal from the 8. Bailey in the shotgun. Is going to look for the RPO pass here. A tough throw and grab to Terrell Anderson. Somehow hangs on to it. But then on third down and goal, that's Anderson staying in bounds to make it 4th and goal from the 1. Who else are we going to call on but Jaden Scott to finish this drive? His second touchdown of the game gives the Wolfpack a 2-possession lead for the first time today. Terrell Anderson with 2 tough plays back-to-back, hanging on to a catch in the RPO and then staying in bounds on the out route to make it 4th down and goal from the 1. That sets up Scott's second touchdown of the game as Jaden continues his strong play in Hollywood Smothers' absence. 24-10, under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Quick flip out to the left side. That pass is complete to his tight end. Gain of 7. And it's second down and 3. Now a give to Blue Redmond. Right at the first down marker gets brought down to make it third down and 1. The Wolfpack bring a blitz. The quarterback just does flip this football away. And he gets brought down after a big gain for a first down. Wingate Wilson in the pocket. Fires deep down the middle. Rente Hinton playing center field picks that football off. And that's the Wolfpack's first forced turnover of the game. First down and 10 from the 44. Coach Marco McBroom must have lit a fire under these guys' tails to make them come out playing like this in the second half. 24-10, we have the football, looking to make this a 3-possession margin. Rente Hinton coming across the field as the quarterback Wingate Wilson just kind of floats this up there, trying to let his wide receiver make a play, but he had no chance on that ball. Second down and 5, under 5 minutes left. An RPO, pass to Justin Jolie, shields the defender. He picks up his 5th catch. He's over 80 yards today. Under 4 minutes to go. Bailey in the pocket, fires to the end zone, looking for Noah Rogers in the corner, and right in the breadbasket, C.J. Bailey finds Rogers for the Wolfpack touchdown. Noah Rogers with good separation, 1 or 2 steps on the defender. Bailey puts it in a spot that only Noah Rogers could make a play, and that's another Wolfpack touchdown. 2 touchdown passes for Bailey. Noah Rogers finds the end zone for the first time today, and this offense has really come out playing well in this second half. This is one of the better consecutive drives I've seen from this team all year. A little over 3 minutes left. Wingate Wilson rolls out to his right, scrambles for a pickup of 5. 31-10. We're under 3 minutes left. Now a give to Blue Redmond goes nowhere. Looks like Kenny Swords Jr. and Justin Terrell combining on the tackle for a loss. Makes it 3rd down and 8. Wingate Wilson fires on the right side. Finds his man for a first down out close to midfield. In the shotgun now, they're going to give to Blue Redmond. Great penetration from Chaz Wallace. Blows that play up in the backfield. I'm really not disappointed in the way the defense has played today. We've forced a ton of negative plays, but we've also allowed a ton of huge chunk plays downfield. Something we really need to clean up, especially when we face opponents with more talent than the Groupers. A pretty even mix of targets today. Wesley Grimes with only 3, Terrell Anderson with 4, and of course you would expect Justin Jolie to lead the way with 8. We take over at the start of the 4th quarter. Jaden Scott squeezes through the hole, picks up 9. Now another give to Scott, nowhere to go. Good pursuit from the defense to make it 3rd down and short. Another give to Scott, going to let him try to pick this up. He gets it. About 4 yards on that carry, gives him over 80 for the game. Now Scott with another chance outside. Lets Noah Rogers set a block. He picks up 5 more. Zach Kaiser with the carry now, trying to make some moves in the backfield. Able to pick up 3. 3rd down and 2. Bailey fires. Right side. That pass is complete. Jonathan Paylor, for the first time today, putting CJ Bailey over 200 yards for today's game. Bailey still does not have a 300-yard passing performance this season, and I don't think it's going to happen today as we are now down to 7.5 minutes left in the game. We punt the ball away. The Groupers take over at the 15 with just over 7 minutes left. 31-10, and you got to think the backups should be getting some play time here soon. Man in motion to Blue Redmond. Wingate Wilson in the pocket. Stands and gets hit. Rente Hinton, the interception king from earlier, picks up a sack as well. His best game of the season. Comes off the edge untouched. Wingate Wilson has no clue he's coming from his blind side. And Hinton brings Wingate Wilson down on the sack. This defense has been a sack machine this season. As we head through the rest of this year, I'm expecting us to be, if not the top performer in the ACC, one of the top 3 in terms of sacks. 3rd down and long with just at 6 minutes left. Handoff goes to Blue Redmond, nowhere to go, and the Wolfpack will take over. We do bring our backups in for this drive. Zach Kaiser with a strong run, a gain of 9. Lex Thomas is your quarterback. Second time we've seen him in real game action this season to make it 1st down and 10. Kaiser with another carry, nowhere to go. Thomas takes this snap on 2nd down, rolls out to his left, throwing across his body downfield. That's Tank Boston, number 85. A defensive back a season ago. He's in that wide receiver room, and he finds the end zone on Lex Thomas's first touchdown pass this year. That was an incredible throw on the run from Lex Thomas, rolling out, throwing across his body. Not a lot of defenders in the area, but still to be able to make an accurate throw like that is extremely impressive. 38-10, and we are quickly heading toward the end of this game. The backups are in on defense as well. 2nd down and 14. The starters are in for the Groupers as Wingate Wilson tries to scramble. FCS Southeast needs to be careful with their quarterback. They really don't want to see him get injured in meaningless snaps. At the 2-minute warning, it's 4th down and 8. The Groupers don't really have a choice but to go for it. Wingate Wilson in the pocket, going to fire it deep, winds up, bigger than anything I've seen. Deep downfield, almost connects with his receiver, but it's incomplete and we take a knee. That's win number 5 for Coach Marco McBroom, improving to 5-1 on the season. Bailey is the player of the game, throwing for 206 yards, completing 2/3 of his passes. Of course, he had the 2 touchdowns and no picks. That's the first game that he's thrown multiple touchdown passes and not thrown an interception. I can't get over that throw from Lex Thomas. He rolled out to his left, threw across his body downfield 30-plus yards, and connected with Tank Boston in stride. If Bailey struggles heading down the stretch, maybe we could see Lex Thomas get some run in the backfield. Will Wilson, an interception on his first pass attempt in college, one that he's going to want to forget. But I do think that Will Wilson's future is bright. He has speed that our other quarterbacks don't, and just has that dynamic ability to make plays happen. Jaden Scott finishes with 88 yards and a couple touchdowns. Justin Jolie continues his strong play, going over 80 yards. Doesn't get into the end zone, but I'll take 5 catches for 83. Noah Rogers, Wesley Grimes both find the end zone today. Tank Boston, with his first career catch, gets into the end zone on the 39-yard pass completion from Lex Thomas. Our defense continues its strong play. I'm excited to see what they can do down the stretch. We finally get a commitment in CFB 26. Tight end Denario Ferris is a 3-star from Charlotte, North Carolina, chooses the Wolfpack over Duke. We get our first commitment. It's a long time coming. But you can see right there at the bottom and in the middle, Stephen Gabbert reached his top 3 schools he visited this week, and Nick Angiulo committed to Rutgers. Ferris is a 3-star pure blocker, has some attributes that leave some stuff to be desired, but somebody that we can develop down the stretch. We take a look at our transfers. An important update, Brian Nelson is no longer listed as a possible transfer. We still have a lot of guys we need to convince to stick around, but that'll happen in the offseason. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'll see you guys later.